They're hard rock classics, and they're hard rock classics. How much do you know about Deep Purple's sixth album, released in 1972, Machine Head? I'm Scott T. Sterling, and this is the Rhino Report. Considered by many to be the band's magnum opus, Deep Purple's Machine Head is an unmitigated cornerstone of hard rock music. It's packed with guitar-powered FM radio classics, including Space Truckin', Highway Star, and one of the most recognizable riffs in the history of rock, Smoke on the Water. Heavy like Black Sabbath, and fronted by powerful singer Ian Gillan, Deep Purple had put the hard rock world on notice. Here are 5 fun facts about Deep Purple's Machine Head. Number 1. Smoke on the Water was inspired by a devastating building fire. The Montreux Casino was an entertainment complex in Montreux, Switzerland. Deep Purple rented the Rolling Stones' mobile studio and parked it in the area to record Machine Head. The night before the band was set to start recording, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention had a show at the casino. During the show, a fan thought it would be cool to fire off a flare gun. The flares ignited a fire, which eventually engulfed the venue, burning it to the ground. Fans were evacuated in time for there to be no casualties and only a handful of injuries. Members of Deep Purple were in attendance at the fateful show, with the wild scene inspiring the band to write Smoke on the Water. Number 2, Machine Head is Deep Purple's most successful album. Thanks to the hard rock classics found throughout the album, Machine Head was a chart monster. Released in March 1972, the LP stormed the charts to hit number 1 right out of the gate in the band's home country of England. In America, the LP did respectable business upon release. Then, Smoke on the Water exploded on radio, becoming a bona fide rock anthem over the summer of 1973. The song went on to reach number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 in July 73. All of that energy and exposure drove the Machine Head album to crash the top 10 and reach number 7 on the Billboard 200 here in America. Fact number 3. Space Truckin' was inspired by the theme song to the Batman TV series of the late 1960s. The intergalactic track started out as a finger exercise guitarist Ritchie Blackmore came up with based on the Batman theme song, written by Neil Hefti. The band made the most of the song in concert, where the 4.5-minute track was often stretched out to upwards of 20 minutes. The hard rock classic has been covered by the likes of Iron Maiden, Overkill, and Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley. Deep Purple. Fact number 4. Highway Star is a car-driving classic. According to bassist Roger Glover, the hard-charging opening cut, and source of many speeding tickets, was written on the band's tour bus en route to a gig in September 1971, where they debuted the tune that very night. Ritchie Blackmore's blistering guitar solo on the song was meticulously written out note for note a week in advance, with Blackmore channeling none less than classical composer Johann Sebastian Bach with the solo's famous arpeggios. Fact 5. Machine Head set the stage for Deep Purple's legendary 1972 live album, Made in Japan. According to Ritchie Blackmore, it was the follow-up LP that made Machine Head famous. Quote, Machine Head came out, and it was a reasonable hit. But it wasn't until Made in Japan, when we did those songs on stage, that people actually absorbed it and registered that it was a good record. I was surprised, because I preferred the recorded versions. End quote. Rhino is celebrating the enormous legacy of Machine Head with the new Super Deluxe Edition. This comprehensive version introduces new mixes and previously unreleased live recordings. Highlighting the collection are several different versions of the album, including new stereo and Dolby Atmos mixes by Dweezil Zappa. There are 2 live performances from the era. The first is from March 1972 in London from the Machine Head tour. The second show is a previously unreleased gig from April 1971 at the infamous Montreux Casino in Switzerland. Machine Head Super Deluxe Edition will be available on March 29th as a 3-CD LP Blu-ray. Marking the occasion, Deep Purple is releasing the very first official music video for Smoke on the Water. It'll be found on the band's YouTube channel. Mark your calendars and get ready to rock. Fans, what's your favorite Deep Purple era and album? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe the Rhino channel.